Today, it's Okie ChillPoint Club. Maybe? I don't know. We're too early. Still getting used to the time.
Yeah, we were just chatting, and we were like, "Oh, we got like an hour. We could just be here
Yeah, I'm
talking about all those video game things that we're not just going to tell chat."
I'm normally just sitting in this room at this point, eating my lunch, and not like. That's a complete lie. I'm normally
That's
like.
complete
I'm
lie.
I'm still just getting out of bed at
yeah.
this point.
I was going to say, normally when we do it at 2 o'clock, you are also eating your lunch.
Yep, it's true.
And is it called your lunch even though you just woke up?
No, it is my breakfast. That is what I'm calling it. Yeah. I always call it my breakfast.
Hey everybody, welcome to ChillPoint at our new time, 1 o'clock.
What a time it is.
What a time it is. 1 hour earlier for your chill pointing video game news.
You know what would have been really fun is if we had changed the schedule just before daylight savings time changeover.
Oh, that would have been very confusing. Why didn't we do that?
Because that's like in November?
God, that'd have been confusing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I wouldn't even know. Yeah.
But what if we did it for fun around then too?
Right.
I know we have like this new schedule that we're like, oh, it's all fancy and whatever. But what if we just, for like a couple of weeks in between that period, we just kept changing the show time
arbitrarily moving
so we could
forward
also
and
cover the
backward.
Europeans as well as us.
And then when people go like, "Hey, how come the time changed?" We're like, "No, the time didn't change. It's
We
just
don't know what you're
daylight
talking
savings."
about. Yeah, let's really gaslight our audience.
Yeah,
I'm really
exactly.
into that.
Hey everybody.
See how much I love you?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to ChillPoint, the show that is on at 1 o'clock, probably.
Yeah, it's 3 a.m.
Unless-
somewhere.
You're watching this on the LurVG channel, in which case it could be any time.
And this is a show where we talk about the week's video game news, as well as the episode of Checkpoint that went up just yesterday. And so yeah, let us
There was
get into stuff.
definitely some news in that show.
Ooh, I wanted to share my personal news too.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I bought a video game. Thank you.
I mean, that is a lot. Generally, I'm the one who buys all the video
It's
games.
true. Yes. So, because I was.
Did you buy you? So you don't know what this video?
I don't
game
know
is?
what this is.
No.
This is a secret purchase.
Yeah, I woke up this morning, and I got an email, or also a Deku Deals notification,
Yeah.
and so I was like, oh, well, this is great news. I'll just go ahead and buy this. Yakuza 0 dropped in price from $70 to $60 Canadian,
Oh,
and I was like, well,
that
now,
one's pretty new on Switch.
now I think I'm just gonna buy this because it just came out.
So now you're deep in the Yakuza.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I knew I was
Yeah.
going to be playing the next one, and I also I knew I was going to play Kiwami 2 when they announced it. I'm like, absolutely, I'm going to be playing that when that comes out.
I mean, you're getting pretty close to the end of the.
I'm in like chapter 11 of Yakuza Kiwami, and so I was like, well, Yakuza 0 is already out. I know I'm going to want to play that at some point, and then Kiwami 2 got announced for the Switch 2, and they also announced they're doing a bundle with Yakuza Kiwami. So Kiwami 2 and Kiwami are coming out together for the Switch 2, and I'm like, but
Kiwami Rama.
yeah, but I'm just like, man, because they're like, you can play Yakuza Kiwami on the Switch 2 with updated graphics and whatnot, and I'm like, I just got my copy because fucking limited run games took forever to
yeah,
manufacture
it got
and ship
delayed
it.
like
over a
3
year.
or 4 times. But I mean, a couple of those times I definitely think are for very recent reasons that we all know
Sure.
of and we don't have to talk about.
But it's like having that happen. I'm like, I didn't get to start playing it until like less than a month ago. It feels maybe just was a month
I
ago.
mean, limited run games is probably not super happy about that
No.
being announced either.
No, because they're just like shit. Because all of those were pre-order, I think. Anyway, like everybody who was buying
Yeah,
the,
it was
was buying pre-order.
I think I pre-ordered that thing like 6 or 7 months ago, maybe longer.
Yeah.
Probably longer.
Yeah,
Pre-orders from them do take a while.
but it was just kind of like, oh shit! Now this thing has come out, and they're going to make a Switch 2 edition, and I'm just like, man, it would be so great if they made a bundle that was like, you can buy Yakuza Kiwami 2 for the Switch 2, and you can, if you already own Kiwami, you can spend $10 and get an upgrade, or even $20. I'd be like, I might be into it, but if I haven't finished the game by then.
Well, let me introduce to you something called the Steam store. where they have. That's how Steam works. Where like if there are bundles and you already own something in the bundle, it'll be cheaper.
Nice.
Bundle.
That's very cool.
Yeah, they're
very well
they're
done.
decently well with that.
So, but I want to be clear onto what I was buying because I'm buying Yakuza 0 Game Key Card Edition because
You're actually getting a game card key.
Yeah, because PNP Games, which is a Canadian a video game retailer, which is listed in Deku Deals, is the only one on the list that has the game on sale, and it's physical. And I was going back and forth between, man, I don't want to buy a game key card because like F that, but also I would like to have a physical object, but also
so the game is available in both actually on the disc, actually on the thing, and as a game key, or is it either digital or game key?
A game key card is
Yeah,
that
it's
thing
only game key
where it has a code on it that will download.
yeah.
But
But
but the way you said it would there's
Sorry.
actually there isn't actually a non-game key card or non-digital version.
Yeah, it's digital no matter what. You either buy it on through the store or you buy it through buying a piece of plastic
Yeah.
that has a code written on it.
All right, this makes way more sense now because I wouldn't have bought a game key card.
Yeah.
Ah.
And so when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's $60, which is cheaper. And I'm going to probably finish Yakuza Kiwami reasonably soon, maybe within a month. And I'm like, so if I have this waiting for me to play, then it's not so, then I can start playing that one right away. And I get to have a
finished-
physical object.
It's like a digital download.
And it's a
but
digital
with,
download.
But with
I'm
shipping
sorry.
costs.
Exactly,
You're
with
talking. You're talking as if you finish games before you start other games, and then never do that with the. Did you finish Mario and Luigi?
Brothership?
Yeah.
No, I need to go
Yeah.
back and finish
So
that.
you're definitely going to finish this one before you go on to this other one.
Oh, yeah. I'm
You're
like...
gonna eat your dessert or gonna eat your
I mean,
meal
like,
before
no
you have your
shade
dessert.
for real, except for the fact that you're making a big deal out of the fact that you're going to have this new game just in time when you finish this other one. But I know for a fact that you mostly get up to the end of the finish line
Yeah.
and just stop.
So I'm very much like Prefontaine.
I have a bad habit of that too.
So there's with Yakuza, they have a mode called Premium Adventure that that unlocks after you finish the game, and that is a Premium Adventure is like you can now go back to Kamurocho and you can go do all the rest of the little side stories and quests and stuff. You can keep playing mahjong. You can keep doing karaoke. You can do like all the minigame shit. You can date all the girls, like whatever it is you're going to do. All that stuff is still there for you to do, but you can finish the storyline and be done with it. And so knowing that there is a baked-in after game, it takes a lot of the pressure off of try to get all the things in as much as you can. It takes the pressure of having to learn how to play shogi or how to understand mahjong because
Okay.
I am still fucking locked out on that.
You needed a Yaku. I don't know what that means,
Yes.
but I figured that part out.
Yeah, Heather last, I gotta come clean. So I went to karaoke last night and
In the game.
in game,
yes.
in
And
Minecraft.
there's 6 things to play, and 3 of them are ones that Kiryu sings, and then 3 of them are your date songs, I think. So if a girl comes with you, she would sing the song. And so when I went there by myself to sing, I did I went there one time and I completely just had an awful time. And then I set I thought, oh wait, why don't I set the TV into game mode?
You do need to, because the rhythm games on our TV need that.
So I set it into game mode and
your
yeah.
TV's got latency stuff in it.
Yeah, and what's
Yeah.
frustrating we have a TCL TV that has a. I was wondering why does the Switch look so fucking weird in the.
Oh, right.
in
You had
whenever
like
we're
dark
using it.
HDR mode on.
Yeah, and
on our TV, by the way,
Yeah.
not on our Switch.
the TV has an ability to set dark HDR, normal, and bright HDR, like normal HDR and bright HDR. And I had never gone to look, and so when I looked, I was like, "Yeah, this always looks really weird because the black looks like really like faded black. It doesn't look sharp black."
Black HDR.
Yeah, and so I was like, this looks really weird. I don't know why it's like this. And then I set it to normal HDR and everything looked perfect. Like everything was like absolutely perfect. I'm like, oh shit, I had just been running it in the wrong thing. Whatever. And then I went to go look at what all the settings are for normal HDR mode, and it had turned on motion smoothing as well. And I'm like, you motherfuckers. I have motion smoothing and all that other shit turned off normally on like my on when it's showing 4K, not in HDR, but it's like Dolby Vision,
right,
whatever.
get
I
back
turned
on
all that
track.
shit off. And so I turned all that off and then turned game mode on, and instantly everything was super crisp and very fast. And so we went to play karaoke. And now I
you did a
aced
lot
5
better.
songs in a row.
Because I watched Beach do, I think, one with it, off. And I was just like, no, that's not. And then he turned it on, and I'm like, yeah, there you go. You can even tell that
you're perfectly on beat and everything's working. And so then, so then I tried to play. And for anyone who played Yakuza, the song Autometal. I tried to play that in both the simple mode and the lively mode. Lively mode has a lot more things to press.
Okay.
Lively.
So you need to know this, Paul. In karaoke on this game, you've got songs that you can sing, but then you have songs where you have interjections. And if you're by yourself, the song is just playing, and this guy is sitting in a room on his own going, oh, yeah. And he just says random
himself.
things. Sometimes he repeats lines, but it looks really funny.
Yeah, because he's just there by himself. He's just clapping along to the song essentially and yelling shit. Because he's normally there with somebody.
We've done this on Rhythm Cafe. We've played some of the Yakuza games for this reason.
So anyway, I could not nail down this thing. So I finally, after playing it 3 times and being like, I got like 840, I got like 850.
He needs to over 900 for a completion point.
So I said, Heather, do you want to give it a try? And I handed her the Switch Pro controller, and she's like, sure, why not? And once she recalibrated her brain to work with all the letters are in the Nintendo order.
Yeah, I've been playing some stuff with the Xbox controller lately, so I'm like, oh, the Y button is the top button, and it's not true. It's the X button, and I was like, oh no, okay, and so it took me like a half hour, but
I totally respect that PlayStation has different buttons.
Yes.
Than anybody else. The fact that Xbox and Nintendo have decided on the same button designations, but just move them around.
Yes.
It's like you agree. So you agree on the letters.
Oh, yeah.
We're in agreement on the letters. We're just in disagreement on the position. And really the positioning is the important part.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually did pretty good recalibrating faster. I needed to be, the song picks up in a couple places, and there's like a couple lines where they change the beat. Rather
than you doing your things on the beat, what you're doing is you're reacting to when she's singing the line.
And so that throws you off.
Yep.
And also, I know that the timing window on those letters looks a certain way, but it's slightly earlier.
And she keeps...
And you can't reset I don't think you can reset the timing on that.
And she just I was like watching her do this, and then I stopped watching her do it because I'm like, I can't stand listening to this fucking song anymore. But the just watching the incremental improvements of I do this here, I do this here, and I'm like,
every time my score is just going up, and I'm like, oh okay, I just need to compensate for this thing.
She's a beast,
and do whatever.
She's a beast.
Yeah, it's like I'm good at rhythm games or something.
My favorite latency thing for that is a couple of years ago, or many years ago now, old Moonbase, when Cam was super into playing he was playing Dark Souls on stream, a lot, right?
Yeah.
He was
there were more than him, but
he
was one of them.
He was playing a lot of Dark Souls on stream. And I came in one time, and he was playing and doing stuff, and I realized that he was playing it looking at the stream preview.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
And I was like, hey, that's the stream preview, right? You can just hit the button to show the actual the real time thing that doesn't have the latency. And he did that, and it was but of course he'd been playing.
He'd learned
the other thing with that latency for months.
Yes, yeah.
And so now his reflexes were all set up for that latency.
There was a time where Rhythm Cafe, where we didn't have the thing quite set up, and there was a latency issue, and I played Patapon for a couple of weeks. But Patapon's a bit of a grindy game, so I had the PSTV. I'd get used to the timing for it on stream, and then I put it in my Vita so that I could do some grinding essentially and get some extra stuff so that we could make more progress in the stream. And all of my timing was shit, and I had to relearn it. And then when I come back next week, it was the same thing. It was just now I have to recalibrate, and it's the worst. That's way worse than.
Do you find on Switch? Do you notice a difference between playing it docked
handheld
on
mode
the thing or in handheld mode? Theoretically in handheld mode, I think the latency is supposed to be a little lower.
It should be lower in handheld mode.
But it's still communicating wirelessly.
Like
even though
when I've got it docked at my computer, it's fine. When we had the Switch 1 docked on our TV, it was fine. When we put the Switch 2 in, something weird happened and game mode had to be turned on.
Yeah. Well, because the Switch is 1080p, and so the TV is like, I'm not having to do any sort of extra processing to process this image, so I can just process 1080p way faster.
Like I've heard stories of other people who will play the same rhythm games as me, and they're like, "Oh, the timing is shit." I go on my TV and I have to readjust whatever, and I almost never readjust my timings on rhythm games if I can help it, because that's just not how I roll. I know I can see the purpose in it, but like I'll hear someone being like, "Oh yeah, I had to change this thing by 3 seconds," and I'm like, "That is
a lot.
That's way too much.
That seems like way too much."
Yeah,
and so I'm like, I don't. Yes, I also do think that we should get rid of letters on buttons.
Oh, it's just letters completely.
I mean, sure.
Yeah. Revert to hieroglyphs.
When I play.
So you mean like PlayStation style?
I have horse.
Yeah,
I have
essentially.
horse. Twin reads.
Different things for different controllers if they're not going to put them in the same place. But like I play Hatsune Miku Mega Mix on the Switch, and it lets me change the button inputs to the same as the PlayStation ones, and I can just I see shapes faster.
It's surprising.
Letters my brain wants to read, and it slows me down.
I mean, it's surprising that all these Japanese consoles didn't use like katakana or something for the button designations. But anyway,
okay, yes, but there was something about that. Oh, right. It's like, I'm just surprised that. I was going to just talk about the karaoke thing. That derailed me for a second. I'm like, no, get back in the thing. It's a Sega game, right? Ryuga Gotoku is a Sega franchise, and so is Hatsune Miku Project Mirai and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I would only hope that, because this is the first game, even if it is Kiwami, so it was improved. But I'm like, I would hope that later versions would just be like, you know what? We have a perfectly good rhythm game over here. Why don't we just adapt that method, like that piece of the engine or whatever? Why don't we just adapt that to the Yakuza games, so that when you go to karaoke, it's just doing the Hatsune Miku thing instead.
It's possible when that game came out that they didn't
do it back then.
Those yet.
Yeah.
Also, we've played video games and done stuff in the industry long enough to know that kind of cross sharing, even within a company, is hardly ever happens.
There is one Yakuza game where there is a bunch of Hatsune Miku stuff in it, like the prizes from the UFO catchers. I think there's an outfit for Haruka or a girl equivalent of some kind of thing, because I'm not that familiar with the stories. And there is and like if you play as her, because like I think it's an after game thing that you unlock, but if you play as her with that outfit, she does kind of dancing things, or something like that.
But I love the idea of if they can integrate her into the game, then they should have like a mode where it's like, oh, you're gonna go do karaoke. Do you want to have the simple interjections, or do you want to sing normally, or do you want to go Miku mode and then be like, instead of playing the timeline of press a button at the right time as it goes along, it's just like, no, fuck it, squares and circles. We're going to shit flying in from all sorts of places, and then have it be like, and just playing the game.
I think it's
that'd be cool.
I think it's Yakuza 5 that has
all games should have a Miku mode.
They should.
I mean,
I don't care what the game
for
is,
me.
but
Mario Kart World should have a Miku mode.
I promise you, if they changed the karaoke thing to the style of game that Hatsune Miku runs on Beach, that you would have had a harder time.
Oh yeah.
Because those kind of fly in from different
I would
angles.
want an Oendon style, but then I would have to pick up the thing, and I'd have to do stuff with my fingers.
Oh, no, that'd be great.
Or stylus.
anyway,
Yeah, that was fun. What a good derail.
We're talking about video game news occasionally.
Yeah. There's a new game that came out recently.
Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yeah.
Bonanza, not Bonanza.
I had to look at the lower third to see if that lower third was spelled correctly, because banana stopped.
Banana.
And I was like, wait, did we forget to put in
No,
the last A?
That's the joke. But yes, the first story here, Nelson wrote this, and it's about the avoid all the bananas challenge, which I do love those sort of anti-challenges.
Yeah.
There's I've seen avoid coins challenges for Mario games, or avoid it's that
Avoid
thing,
jumping.
or it's that thing, but it's when something is like, especially it's like a collectathon kind of thing, or it's like something that rewards you for collecting things. And it's like, oh man, it's so hard to collect all those things.
Right.
And then you realize that it's actually really hard to not collect the things too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be, because like the Zelda games where you don't get the hearts, like they always put, after you do a boss fight, you generally get like a whole heart.
No
but
hearts.
that's like kind of off. Oh hey, look, it's that time.
It did it again.
It's usually off in the side, and you can avoid that on there. But that doesn't mean that you also have to avoid like a bunch of mini game stuff, and
Yeah.
you just kind of. I guess those are generally also speedrun challenges, though. So
It'd be very funny if like the Super Mario Brothers speedrun, like the 451, was like naturally coinless. That it was just like, it turns out that if you do that speedrun that way, you just never collect a coin. And it's like, oh shit, so the world record for not collecting coins is the same as. Would be very funny.
I mean, like usually it's close.
Yeah.
And then there's like 5 coins that avoiding those adds like half an hour onto the run. So they're just like, okay, we'll get those ones.
yeah. Anything that's like the stuff is set up really easily for you to like actually just run into, like having to really avoid something. I had heard that you could continue like playing this game without picking up bananas, or at least it seemed like you could, because Donkey Kong Bonanza's made by the same team that did Mario Odyssey. And so there's some comparisons going on between the two games, where Mario Odyssey, you needed to collect the moons, oddly banana shaped, and you needed those in order to like continue on. Like you need a certain amount in order to go to the next world, whereas it sounds like this one you don't need them at all.
Yeah.
You
You only need them for upgrades to make your life easier, but apparently
I mean, some people like Dark Souls.
it's true.
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
So they're gonna
Donkey Kong is the Dark Souls of Donkey Kong.
at some point.
Dark Kong.
At some point, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna do like a punch a chunk challenge. There'll be a punch a chunk run or something like that, where it's like, how fast can you destroy each of
How
these?
fast can you smash everything?
I mean, that would be fun.
The Chunky Monkey challenge.
I like it.
It seems like it's really fun though. Like even if you don't smash everything, like you can. And there's like, I've heard stuff that's like you can the transformations are kind of wild in how much you can use them. So you can just kind of smash your way to the victory if you want. But if you want to just kind of do more platforming, you can avoid that too.
Yeah, the main criticism I've heard of Bonanza is that it's like too easy, because you can just smash your way through to things.
Oh, so
people know about self-limitation.
It's a game of restraint, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like because people said that about Tears of the Kingdom, or like, oh, once you make this bike, it's super easy, and you're like, or you could not make that bike. I mean, mean, if
But
you don't if there's tools there, yes, but you don't have to do those.
But there's that line of like, what's the sort of intended play style? At what point are you sort of cheating, or not cheating, but like at what point are you sort of not playing it correctly, for lack of a better word?
Exactly.
Which, correctly, whatever. But yeah, anyway. Speaking of things being correct, how about some nice shoes
Those
for
shoes
Sonic?
are ugly as
Some Timberlands.
But Timberlands look like that.
I don't care. They're ugly.
Some big clumpy Timberlands.
Yeah.
Which are clearly the shoes that Sonic would want to have.
Mm-hmm.
I will point out,
you can tell from the way he wears them,
because there was some excitement in that story about the fact that the T-shirt version of him isn't wearing his own shoes.
Yeah.
If you look at the shoe, the embossed version of him it's the same artwork.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a tiny like thing where his embossed should be on his own shoes and that either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's what we talked. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what we're.
That's what we mentioned in the story. Is that wait, he's not wearing his own shoes because he's not on the. But of course, the artwork of the. Anyway, yeah,
It's the same thing as like that. We were looking at that like Sonic trophy.
oh yeah,
That was like it's like
Oh,
it's
right,
like
where he's holding-
It's a trophy of Sonic holding a trophy.
Yeah.
which seems weird.
Yeah, apparently that's pretty common though to have.
Yeah.
And that just weirds me out even
So
more.
these are just brown Tims with blue laces and an extra piece of embossed art. And we were like, that sucks because they didn't go to any like real effort to make them like super spiffy or make them mean something, right?
What I found really interesting.
Yeah.
Apparently, in the picture on the T-shirt, there are the wrong number of eyelets.
Even better.
Yep. Yeah.
Which
I
is
did see
apparently a
that.
big thing for Timberlands, and that's like one of the ways that you tell fake Timberlands.
He's
from
wearing
real.
knockoffs.
He's wearing knockoffs.
Yeah.
But also,
Oh, come on, Timberland. If you're going to like make a big deal about how your stuff should look, you should make the artwork look right.
we were referring to the fact that there's he should have red Tims because he always wears red sneakers, so he should have red Tims.
Like red and white
Yeah.
stripes. Yeah.
And then it turns out Timberland did that
So
But for
for
something
a
else,
completely different brand.
yeah, I wanted to point out. So, and we talked about this that because Timberland has made red and white Timberlands.
Yeah, those look way more Sonic-esque than.
Although they would be, I mean, his put up like a stripe
Yeah.
horizontally down,
But
or vertically down.
even if they didn't, I would associate those way more with Sonic than.
But also the other thing you talked about in the after show would be like, or at least make them like blue,
Right.
which Timberlands has also done in collaboration with PBR.
Great.
Okay,
Awesome.
all right. Hugh said that he looked kind of naked because of the
Yeah, that's
brown
true.
shoes.
Blue
Does
shoes
the
would
blue-
make him look even more.
Does
naked,
that make
yes.
him more?
That would. I think that would be weird.
I'm also now learning about the shoelace code, so thank you, chat. That's
Yeah, I
quite the
know.
thing.
Although
So
apparently that's specifically for Doc Martens, and also
sure, all right.
sure.
Look, every time I learn about a code versus in the way fashion works, all I learn is there's a bunch of clothes I don't want to wear because I don't want to accidentally do anything.
Yeah.
Also, the point of the codes is that it's a secret thing that only a very sort of small niche community
Yeah.
pays attention to.
Yeah. Don't
Otherwise-
talk to me about Polari.
If it was a code that everybody knew and was widely accepted, then it would defeat its purpose.
It would be
as
a
being
language.
as being a way to signal to other people.
Exactly. So yeah, it was just kind of like, these are kind of meh, and that's meh.
And somebody also said it's like, hey, they're just like brown boots. Aren't those just like Mario shoes?
Right.
Which, and we actually a while ago
Did a story.
A company did. I wasn't
Red Wing.
It wasn't Red Wing.
Yeah.
Made some Mario shoes, and somebody linked them there.
Thank you, Evil Batman.
Which also shows that Mario has really weird feet.
Yeah, yeah. Or he just likes his shoes puffy.
Right. Yeah, because those were more like
They were modeled to look like his actual
actually
boots.
be like the shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's got really weird shaped feet. I mean, he's kind of a weird shaped guy.
mean-
in total.
Yeah.
Does he though? He might just have big shoes. Like
they say about guys with really fat toes.
clown shoes
Or
aren't
like maybe,
exactly
maybe they're
like.
those big red boots that whatever that company made.
Oh, that Mischief made. They
Yeah,
look
yeah,
like
those-
Astro Boy boots.
Yeah, they're just like filled with foam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I'm
you know,
into that.
I've seen plenty of shoes and things for cosplay projects that technically don't work on a regular human being because your foot would move around, and they do stuff to pad that out, right? Like,
Right. Although the idea that Mario would be wearing cosplay shoes seems a little odd, but
I'm just saying, in
Or then
Kingdom,
maybe-
in Kingdom Hearts, Sora also wears puffy shoes, and
That's
nobody
true.
goes around thinking his feet are made of bubbles.
have we ever seen Sora without shoes?
Okay, so I think no, I'm trying to
Have we,
think
chat?
about. I'm thinking about like I saw a picture that I don't know if it was real or not about like a future Kingdom Hearts where his shoes look more normal now. So that's not like seeing his feet and being able to count his toes to find out if they're webbed or not, but you know. It kind of is indicative that his feet aren't like weirdly bubble shaped if they can fit into smaller shoes.
I'm guessing that so Izandai says we've seen lion Sora without shoes. I'm like, right, but those would just be paws.
Yeah,
which would
I'm
just
not
be-
sure that counts in the same
yeah.
way.
Those aren't feet. Those are toe beans. Anyway.
Hey, let's talk about some
Anything
other merch.
else? Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Other merch. We had another story.
Cam wrote this story about it was sort of a roundup of because we had a bunch of different like merch
Yeah.
or tie-in related stories this week, so he kind of did a roundup,
Yeah.
including the Timberlands one, but then also there's now the Sonic and Shadow ice cream cones, nothing new. This is a pillow of the Shadow ice cream.
Yeah,
yes.
it bugs me so much where they put the tag.
Oh, that it's like at the bottom?
It's not at the bottom. It's at like under his face, kind of almost near his mouth.
I thought it was. I
It's-
thought what they
it
had
should
done.
be like on the stick.
I thought that they put the tag. Like, I didn't know it was a tag. I thought it was literally an extra thing they showed to be like, oh, it's remember this is
No.
ice cream, so it's dripping because it's melting.
No, if you
yeah.
if you look at this picture,
It's
it's,
a tag.
true.
like near
It's in
his
the right
mouth.
it is in the wrong spot.
That is not a good spot for that tag.
No.
What are you doing?
It should be hanging off the stick, or
the back of one of his spines maybe, but it should not be there.
it should be sewn onto the stick.
It should be sewn directly onto the stick.
Yeah, that should have the label should be just sewn on there directly, so that you even with all like this contains new whatever's, it's like, yeah, you should have just put that right on the stick to be like proud of the this is contains new material. Anyway, yeah.
What I'm so now what I found, apparently the Sonic ice cream treat
Plushie?
plushie pillow
Yes.
already existed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I assumed it probably did.
So this is I'm a little disappointed in the where.
It smells like dark chocolate.
Oh right, it also has a smell.
Wait, they put a smell on the pillow?
Yes.
A dark. Also, it comes
Yeah.
like
Ice cream wrapper.
it comes in an ice cream wrapper, which is pretty cool.
Okay, that's pretty neat. I'll give them props for that one. But
But yeah, apparently it smells like dark chocolate.
I like it when people think really carefully, fully about what they want their merch to be like, and do stuff like this. That's really good.
I'm not
the smell
okay,
thing. I'm not big
I'm
on.
not
I
opposed
was
to
gonna
the
say,
idea.
have they thought about it?
Like no, like they have, because you don't generally like input smells into things without thought, unless you're farting. But like
Yeah.
I hesitate like to want to do that to a thing, because there's so many people who have so many allergies
Yes.
to scents and perfumes that now I feel like you've made your pillow not sellable to a number of people. Without it, it's aesthetic.
Also, it can't. I mean, I feel like that can't last for very long either. chocolate
Depending
smelling
on how
pillow.
you put a scent on something.
Also, if you've got like a dog or something, it's not going to be a good time.
I mean, you might not want to put what looks like supposed to be a collectible pillow near
That's true.
a pet. Although then you might not want to take it out of the wrapper, and then who knows what it really looks like.
Now, of course, ChillPoint was off for a week during the subathon, but one of the things that sort of was got a lot of traction, a lot of stuff kind of came out about during the week that we were out, was this whole censorship or the Visa, MasterCard payment processors censoring video game distribution companies, specifically Steam and itch.io.
I'm not even sure if Itch actually received a notification or not. More that it was just been a reaction.
They did.
They did get one.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the things that came out of that was GOG
Yeah.
did a giveaway of a bunch of their adult games.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think they've actually removed any of them. Like, I don't think GOG actually got hit by this stuff in the same way. But,
No.
but anyway, there's been some kind of back and forth stuff, specifically with MasterCard seems to be the one that's been sort of most at the forefront of it, although people have also been contacting Visa. And MasterCard, and Beach did the story, but the
Follow up more.
the sort of back and forth that's been going on. This MasterCard sort of being, hey, we don't take any moral stance on this. We just things, as long as it's not illegal and as long as it doesn't damage our brand, we're totally fine with it. And that as long as it doesn't damage our brand is the tricky part.
Yeah.
But the interesting aspect of it is that MasterCard themselves don't put any limitations. But there's these sort of multiple level, there's, the payment processors are the ones that are in communication with Itch or Steam. And so it's like, they're basically like, the payment processors are like, we have this contract with MasterCard that says we can't mess with that anything we do, we're responsible if we mess with their
Do you
trademarks.
have that image that shows the differences between what a payment processor and a card network and an acquiring
Oh,
bank?
the one that had like all of the.
Yeah. If we have that image or not, I think it'd be very handy to have that.
You linked to it somewhere in here, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
one.
it came up.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait.
No.
No, hang on.
Because
And the other associated companies.
yeah, the whole kind of like.
I want to just show you this because
Nope.
well, that's weird. Why is it?
I don't know.
It showed up, I think, earlier in the story as well.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, this is it.
Yeah, there you go.
I want to show you guys this because it's important to know how this works, and not everybody is aware of how it works. But when you make a purchase, the person you're buying from, the merchant, they have what's known as an acquiring bank, which is why you see acquirers/processors written on here. And so what'll happen is that your bank, in order to process, because you'll get a credit card through a bank or a service of some sort.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah, like MBNA is not a bank. It sucks too. Don't try not to have an MBNA card. But when you make that purchase, what's happening is that you're saying, I want this item, and then that has to go through a processor who has to then send that off to the banks. Like it goes through the card network at that point, and then the acquiring bank ends up with your money at the end of that. That it's like it has to go from your bank through a processor, then through the card network to the other side, which is then ultimately picked up by an acquiring bank. And there's a whole like snake kind of thing, or like a roundabout thing to show you how then the product makes its way to you. But then we have other people like the issuing bank, because the issuing bank is the one that gives you your credit card in the first place. We have these gateways, which are the ones that allow the payments to enter the system in the first place. And
it's like, is if anybody anywhere along the line objects,
Yes.
then you have a problem.
Yeah, and because MasterCard is like, we're not putting any firm like restrictions in place, and like Visa, MasterCard, JCB, like none of those companies are saying we're not going to put any firm restrictions in place, because they don't need to. They just need to turn around to the processors and say, if you guys process anything that makes us look bad, then that's on you, and then you're going to have problems with us. And the processors are like, it's just easier for us to say that we don't want to have these things happen. And I'm
especially if we have any kind of what seems like a large group of people telling us that things are awful.
Yeah, and because all the card networks are like, or maybe not all of them, but at least we know Visa, who controls 70% of all of the 90% that they have outside of China. Visa controls, I think, 70% of all that commerce, and MasterCard controls like almost the rest of it. And then everybody like Discover and American Express and everybody control the vanishingly small percentages, out, which is still good business for them, but it's not as big as. But Visa is like the behemoth. So this is, it's you might be like, why don't they just take the payment? It's just a payment. And it's like, yeah, actually they should just take a payment and they should just process it. It sucks that that these companies are making value judgments with all of this money that's flowing everywhere, but they can, because no one's stopping them.
Well, and then there also are, there are definitely for instance, like we're on Patreon.
Yeah.
and Patreon has had back and forth about different things, like, both to the extent of either them cracking down on stuff that they consider objectionable, or them getting in trouble for not cracking down. People saying, "How come you were allowing this on your network?"
Yeah.
And it's one of those tricky, like, once you have started sort of adjudicating this stuff on your network, and then now you've sort of like, okay, now you are standing behind the stuff on your network.
Yes.
Now you are responsible.
Yeah.
The idea that a network can be completely agnostic is a hard sell these days.
Yeah.
A lot of both regulatory and also sort of public perception stuff kind of goes against that.
And there's a sense that I have, like, I mean, this is part of the reason why people got, like, at the very beginning, got very excited about crypto as a money thing, as a cryptographic
right, because it's
coin.
not associated with a bank then, and therefore
You can just send money back and forth, and it's like all you have to do is say, I'm going to give you this piece of this coin, and we're going to just transfer this back and forth, and we can be completely outside of the banking service. And it's like more than anything else, it's being able to do a digital transaction, being outside of the credit card service, where somebody might say you're not allowed to process this money for these drugs or for this other stuff. That's clearly illegal. But it's so frustrating because, like, I don't want the world to move to crypto. I don't want only those transactions to move to crypto.
And then it turns out when you have a system that people can send stuff back and forth and they don't, without sort of a trusted intermediary, a lot of not trustworthy stuff happens.
Yeah.
Which is like sort of a problem,
which
unto itself.
Yeah.
It's hard to solve.
And like being able to I have no idea what Interac takes as a position on that, but Interac is like how in Canada we do a lot of our network
debit and our banking.
Right. Except Interac is more directly connected to the bank.
Though. Exactly.
There's less. It's pulling directly from your account rather than going to the thing.
Yeah.
Going to the thing. Yeah.
And so it's like, there's a lot of other services. I mean, people use Venmo for this shit all the time, apparently, right? It's like, oh, we're gonna, this is for school supplies, and it's like, no, I was clearly giving this guy marijuana or something, right? And
could be a school supply in certain circumstances.
Exactly, right? So there's all these like smaller services and smaller abilities, but then they also have their own. The people have also said, well, you can't do illegal services or illegal transactions or buy illegal goods or like that kind of stuff through our service either. And it would be good if, like, I mean, if Steam turned around and said, okay, we're not going to allow anyone to do Visa or MasterCard or whatever through here, but we do know that you can do things just cash only. And it's like, yeah, but Steam won't want to handle the idea of how do you do a cash only transaction.
Mail people money.
And like, do they act as an escrow service? Because they're like, it's going to be Venmo and you're going to Venmo us and then we're going to take our 10%. We're going to Venmo the rest of the people. And it's like, no, they're not going to do that either.
No, I mean, the reason credit cards have that kind of power is because they create an environment that's a lot easier to do certain transactions.
And it's very much like Lily Tomlin did a commercial parody for Saturday Night Live years ago, which was she was like, your call gets dropped or this other thing happens or we just sent all this thing to Peoria or whatever. And she's like, do we care? We don't have to. We're the phone company. Because there was only one phone company in the entire United States and before they broke it up.
I suppose. Okay, chat's saying like, go buy your Steam gift cards from the store. And I think you can just load money into your Steam wallet without buying anything specifically.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But but you load money with your credit card or with PayPal or something.
I mean...
So you have to buy a Steam card. You have to buy a Steam card
does
with cash.
The credit card know exactly what game you're buying when you buy that game?
No, you're just buying a Steam card.
What they're trying... You wouldn't be able to use a credit card that way.
That's part of the argument that that MasterCard uses, is that they say that they have no visibility into what the transaction is actually for.
Yeah.
That's
and
the payment processor
shouldn't.
that has that.
And it would be very interesting if Valve turned around and said, okay, so on Steam, here's how it's going to work. If your thing is erotic content or whatever, we're going to disallow direct transactions through Visa and MasterCard. We're going to give the only option you're going to have is for Steam gift card only, and you'll have to purchase a Steam gift card of a certain amount.
But
and then you can redeem that later.
If the whole point of this is essentially the like a group of people are pressuring Visa and MasterCard to not do transactions with this group because they sell video games that include these other video games. That doesn't change the perception at all for those people.
No.
That you're like, even if it's like, well, we don't let people buy the smutty video games using credit cards. They have to do a different thing. That doesn't change the perception for any of these people who probably don't even use this service.
Yeah. They don't give a shit about any of this. All they care about is pushing Puritan attitudes onto people they don't even know and have never met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay. Which is why I closed the story with, hey, if 1,000 phone calls to Visa and MasterCard can result in X, then why couldn't 100,000 phone calls to Visa and MasterCard result in Y? And the reason why, obviously, is because they would be like, unless it's a massive financial pressure for them, they would just be like, well, this just works with
this will go away
with
in a
our own
week
Puritan
or
attitudes.
whatever. Yeah.
There have been some positive signs, some feedback or sort of some things that indicate that the anger and the sort of the news stories, it has broken into the sort of mainstream area.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, to be clear, there's a lot of like, oh, this stuff. I mean, it's just like this. It's just this hit the video game industry. Obviously, the porn industry, the movie industry, like a lot of industries have basically had this same thing happen to them.
Yes, a moral panic.
The same moral sort of panic thing, and the same restriction on, going through this idea that why do Visa and MasterCard get to decide what people can see or not?
Yeah,
that's not a unique thing to the video game industry. It's just it sort of got to the video game industry.
Yeah,
and now it's sort of
have to remember too.
It has become our problem now.
The moral panic really always boils down to not what the subject is, but that an idea is out there in the world that we disagree with, and we don't want other people to have that idea.
Yeah, and it's a sort of...
Because we have this problem, this happens, this is why certain books get banned.
Yeah.
This is why certain video games try to get banned, and this is why like certain ideas and just like groups of people try to get banned. They literally don't want any of it.
And it's often not even the thing, it's sort of it's often based on a incorrect perception of the thing itself, right? When there's this sort of moral panic kind of thing happening, I would imagine with many of the games that are being sort of targeted with this, if people who are objecting had actually sat down and looked at the game, they'd be like, oh, that's way less exciting than I thought it would be.
It's just words? What do you mean it's just words?
I mean, a lot of the visual novels don't show that much of anything.
Like what it's sort of built up in people's brains is probably disappointing in if they actually did it. But
yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, I have looked at I went looking for other options to what if we didn't want to be on Patreon anymore for some reason, right?
Yeah.
Or what if we didn't want to do, didn't want to raise money through X service or Y service? Is there a way that we could just do it through a different thing? And I looked at a lot of different payment options and a lot of different other things that are available, and everybody's got their problems too. And it's a big market for people trying to build even the open source replacement for these kind of things, but it's not really happening yet.
I mean, it's a difficult problem.
Yeah.
It's the sort of intersection of money and legislation and regulations, and also freedom and sort of the moral and ethics.
Yeah.
And we're only realizing this stuff now, right? It's like, oh shit, we are caught behind. I mean, it's not like we're only realizing, but more and more people are realizing now.
Yeah.
It's like we're all caught by this.
Well, because it's okay. Emotions are very important.
Yeah.
You should listen to your own emotions because they're there to help you. However, if someone comes at you with information that's trying to sway you through fear and manipulating your emotions, you really need to take a step back and think about what's going on there.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of things based on fear. Wait, no. Fortnite. They're doing a collaboration with Power Rangers.
Nostalgia.
Based on emotion, absolutely.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, the most powerful emotion.
It's pretty powerful.
They're doing a collaboration. They're doing a Power Rangers thing, and they released this. Frankly, what I love, they released this great trailer for it.
It looked really cool from the bit I saw.
And what I love about it is not only did they release this trailer for it, but like all the reporting on it, the headlines are all like, Power Rangers are coming to Fortnite, and you have to see this awesome trailer.
Yeah.
Or like, Power Rangers are coming to Fortnite. The trailer is amazing.
Yeah.
Is that like...
Yeah,
Which is
the trailer
great.
looks
It
amazing.
won't actually look like this at all.
Because they're making it's every time we see Fortnite news, it's like, oh, this is what the character looks like, and they have that specific Fortnite cartoony look that I'm just kind of like, meh. But they were like, no, we'll do a very like Power Rangers-esque scene where you see people doing. Of course, it looks cool.
And it's like, we basically know what Power Rangers in Fortnite would look like. Like, it's not that big a revelation, right?
No.
Like, a Fortnite person dressed like a Power Ranger is a pretty straightforward idea. Although it's worthwhile noting...
They should put in putties, too.
It's worthwhile noting that it is like the OG, like, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
So
and
the original Power Rangers for North America.
Yes.
Because that series is not the original for Japan.
Well, the series in Japan wasn't called Power Rangers.
No, but
That's why
it's
it's
also
Mighty-
not like the first one.
That's why I'm saying it's Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Power
yeah.
Rangers refers specifically to the North American thing.
Yeah,
But people need to learn their history, Paul.
they do.
It is...
I went to, over 10 years ago, I went to Japan, not this most recent trip, but an earlier trip. And
Yep.
we went to a museum that was so sad because the poor robots looked like they were just kind of pushed into a corner.
Aw.
But they still existed.
This was Toho Kyoto
They're
Studio
probably
Park.
not there anymore.
Yeah, and they had a whole section. You can walk through this park, and it's very cool. They film a lot of like Jidaigeki period shows there, and so it's all like very old school Japanese, like really like
Yeah, it looks like samurai
Meiji era type thing.
stuff.
They have like a sea monster that rises out of the.
Oh yeah, that was pretty funny.
out of a pond and stuff like that, and they have cool bridges you take pictures
Fake
on.
ninja who was like walking along a wire or
Yeah,
something.
and then in another part of this area, we walked in this one building, and all of a sudden, it's like, here are all 30 Red Rangers.
Yeah.
Just everyone lined up in their costumes because that was the year, I think. Or
Yeah,
the year
that was
before, the
like
year after was like,
a specific anniversary year.
and then we walked through the rest of this tiny, not very big area, and it just was like crammed into spaces. All the costumes of the giant creatures were just kind of all crammed together, and like the Dragon Zord was way in the back.
Yeah.
And was kind of behind some shit.
looks
and
so sad.
And we got a picture of it just standing there, and it's like, yeah, I guess this is what happens with these hero
All
costumes.
the foam is kind of rotting a little bit.
Well, it's
No, they still looked pretty nice.
it looked
just kind of
great.
looked like we don't have all the space we need for this, so it's just kind of like shoved in a corner.
yeah, like they didn't do a lot in terms of presentation for
They
everything.
did have a really cool like timeline,
And they had
that showed
placards
like
up
a
to
bunch
show
of the
you some
shows,
things,
and
but-
then they like also had stuff associated with like Sailor Moon and other hero-esque shows that kind of spurred on because it's considered a hero show.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, for Fortnite, they're going to do red, black, pink, yellow, blue. So like the original 5
Yep.
Rangers, no Green Ranger. And then you get there's like the Go-Go Power Rangers theme song. Now, I don't play Fortnite.
Sure.
There was a thing a while ago where they had like a Godzilla tie-in.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
And
Okay.
all I remember from that is like the trailers had like giant Godzilla. And like the trailer in this has like giant Megazord.
Right.
And like I don't know how that integrates into what my perception of what Fortnite is in
Right.
terms of like a battle royale game. But apparently Megazord is in there too.
Okay. I mean, because these things are
And they
supposed to be
have
so
Hatsune
big.
Miku in that game too.
Yeah.
There's a
Yes.
one of the music songs
Can you have
that I play has in the video behind the thing, she's fighting essentially a Godzilla and then they're basically just friends at the end of the thing taking a picture together. It's
Nice.
really funny for me.
Anyway, also judging from the very, very small amount I've seen of like, I don't know if Power Rangers has like a current series going, but whatever their most recent series
I'm not
is,
sure.
I think they went on to like Netflix or Amazon or something.
I think,
don't know.
yeah.
They
Whatever.
did,
yeah.
I know they did a movie.
Well, there's
not
like a
that
reboot.
far,
There's like a reboot
thing.
movie.
Yeah.
But like the actual like TV show has basically kept going throughout all this time.
Yeah, no, I know. I watched an episode several years ago
But-
where they tried to tie them all together. That did not work.
But this video, like the fighting and the special effects in this video, look so much more exciting than any clips that I've seen of like current day Power Rangers. Like
Oh, yeah.
this looks so more. I mean, obviously they've got a ton more budget.
It's way more dynamic. Yeah.
for this, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how
it's like,
Fortnite.
can we just have could we have this TV show?
I don't know how Fortnite works specifically in the fighting way, but they should definitely have a thing where as you're fighting as a Power Ranger, if you come towards the camera really quick, suddenly you change location to a rock quarry.
Oh, that'd be funny. Yeah. Everyone just warps to a
Or do they have like an emote where you just go like "wah" and like an explosion happens behind
Oh,
you?
that'd
you
be
can-
pretty cool.
you can
Yeah, 'cause
pause and- yeah.
literally some of the ways these
Taunt.
shows are made, you can be inside a building, the characters will scrabble towards the camera so that they block the whole camera, and then suddenly they're in a rock quarry.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like
Yeah.
it never makes any sense, and it's great.
So yeah, that was coming up. So let's just quickly go through a couple stories that are. We can talk about a couple stories that didn't make it into the episode. We actually, especially with the like roundup stuff, covered a lot of this stuff. But there's another Fortnite story actually. So Fortnite, like I said, it's kind of, and we've talked about this like Tim Sweeney's. It's Tim Sweeney, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
His sort of conception of Fortnite as being kind of, he wants it to be kind of the everything. Right?
Ready Player One. Yeah.
The world, and we've seen some of that, right? We've seen with the level creation, the sort of world creation stuff where they've opened it up and people can make sort of other
Oh, right,
games
yeah.
in Fortnite. And then on top of that, of course, there's all the different like modes. There's like the Battle Royale one and
The no build mode,
the no build mode, the original game that was supposed to be Fortnite,
the Lego version,
the Lego one,
and
the
then
rhythm,
the rhythm
game one.
area.
There's a kart racer.
all
I
stuff.
think.
So
yeah.
so they've got a lot of different stuff going on. The concerts that have just been
Those just kind of happen.
concerts.
I guess people are supposed to just agree to like a ceasefire when those are on.
Do they make it so can you still like kill each other during a
Oh, I
concert?
have no idea.
I don't think
play
so.
this game.
I think you
Paul.
literally, if you go into there, it's just everyone's there to kind of stand in the same. It's very Second Life. It's just you stand in a place and you listen to some music that somebody put
do
on
some
a,
emotes and
yeah,
whatever.
MP3s that were put in a playlist, and it's a concert.
But so somebody, but one of the things that they have a problem that has been a problem sort of, and also it's sort of a solution that also created a problem.
Okay.
In a lot of these battle royale type games, you have a lot of people playing,
Yeah.
and the game only works if you have a lot of people playing.
Agreed.
Yeah, you need
And
a
the
bunch of people to
need
do
to
the...
be all ready to play all at the same time, and you want
Yes.
them to be all approximately the same skill level to make it fun.
That's true.
Right, yeah, battle's not fun if the two people are not of at least the same skill level or higher.
So you end up, and so one of the things that these games do is they use bots to fill up the queues.
Yeah.
And how it's sort of supposed to work is that when you start playing Fortnite, your queues will be more bots. Like,
Right, because it's supposed to get you like used to the
a new
gameplay and
player will
be
have
able to
more
kind of
bots.
like
and you'll get a couple
learn
of, like,
stuff and get used to things before people just shoot you down.
and you'll get a couple of early wins and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's this fundamental problem. Like in a battle royale thing, one person's going to win, 99 people are going to lose, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the point.
Right. But that means that 99% of your fan base is losing all the time, which is
Yeah.
not so much fun.
No.
So if you have bots, they don't care about losing. So you can have more people can win more often.
Yeah, but people don't like knowing that they're winning. Like
People don't like knowing that they're winning against bots.
against
So
bots.
you got to make your bots So that's
okay,
why you don't tell people.
I was
that
like
you're
a
using
shit as a
bots.
kid. So one of my best traits was if I lost, especially to a certain person, I would just tell them that I let them win on purpose, and that people get angry, and then you
Right.
kind of have a weird moral win. It's not a
Yeah.
moral win, but you feel like you're still winning, and
I was playing
know-
badly on purpose.
Yeah.
yeah.
But so the trick is you don't want people to necessarily know that they're playing against bots.
Yeah, well, no,
But-
because then they won't feel good about themselves.
But especially as you get up into the higher skill levels, it starts becoming more and more obvious.
Yeah.
And also different things. There's some great video I saw. I forget where it is. This is not this exact, not about this particular story, but there was a great video I saw. People complaining about bot stuff. And it showed somebody like playing a game, and the bots were literally like flocking. Like there was like 15 guys that are all like, running around and stuff.
Okay.
And then the player like moved, and then all the 15 people all simultaneously turned around and started running in different
Oh,
directions.
wow.
Oh,
Jesus.
All the bots were like moving as one.
like the bots are a herd,
Yeah. They move in
or some sort of
herds.
like hive mind thing.
So that can be not so good. Like especially so if you've advertised your game as
Bot free.
or people think that they know how the bots work. And then of course the other fun part that I think we've talked about before is people pretend to be bots.
Yeah, people will like mimic the bot behavior as a way to lull people into.
And then they're like, "Oh, I got an easy kill," and they go, "Ha, bang!"
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is a problem. Fortnite has released a expert mode
Okay.
that they have said is going to be totally bot free.
Right.
So this is for your sweaty gamers only.
Yeah.
people,
people
who don't want to play with bots,
People
or
who
are,
want the
who are more
real-
experienced.
I am
who are
willing-
like, this is where I want to go.
I'm
I
willing
don't-
to wait in a queue for 10 minutes for it to fill up so we can actually play together.
Yeah, people want the real experience.
Okay.
So expert mode.
Yeah, but some people who now these are people who claim they have insider information, saying that there are still at least this person says at least 60 bots in all matches, which seems
That's
very high to me.
really high.
Yeah.
But in any case, the rumor is that there are still bots in these matches.
Right.
But they're doing even more to kind of obfuscate where the bots are.
Okay.
Whether that is true or not, there's debate back and like this is one of those like nobody
Nobody's really sure. No one's
nobody's
made a
really
statement.
sure. And then of course you go whoa, I just lost, or I must have been playing against a bunch of bots because X and Y happened.
Right.
Nobody.
Fortnite-
Okay. Nobody in this entire debate. I mean, not that you've necessarily seen everybody in this debate, but have you seen anyone who's just like, well, I can't be that good at this game, so the game must have been full of bots.
Yeah, that's the other half of that. So I don't know. This I was really hoping that there more would come out about this story and people would have some solid evidence. Like I was saying, like the flocking stuff or something weird showing off that clearly there are a bunch of bots in this mode.
I mean,
And from what I've seen, there hasn't been like definitive proof.
Did Epic Did Epic sign something saying we 100% guarantee that you will never see a bot in expert? Did they ever say that, or was it more that? Because I'm reading the thing. It's like people are saying Epic's tweet is implying that we're not supposed to run into bots, but did they ever outright say you will never see a bot in expert mode? Like, are they? Did they do some shady language to try to make it feel like you'll never see a bot in this mode because that's what it's for?
yeah, because in other games that have like different difficulties, where you say a single player game where you're only fighting essentially the game, having an expert mode would dictate that the computer AI for what you're fighting would be smarter.
It's hard to tell, right? Because like the lead of the article is Fortnite's new expert mode promised a bot-free challenge, but major leakers say lobbies are still filled with AI opponents. And I'm like, okay, I wonder, because then like later on, one of the leakers like, they definitely implied that there's supposed to be no bots in these, and I'm just like, okay, well, an implication is not the same as them outright saying it. So actually, what did Fortnite really say about expert mode? Did they say that it was to be like you'll have a better chance, or did they just say you'll play much more skilled opponents, which everyone thought meant that wouldn't mean bots? Like,
Yeah, expert mode, old school matchmaking rules where anyone and everyone could be in your lobby.
Yeah, there's vagaries to that.
right? It said nothing about there will not be a bot in there.
Do bots count as anyone?
Yeah.
Do they? I mean, most like it's not like they've denied that they use bots at all, though, right? So it's
no.
not like
They people know that they've used bots. That they use bots. Although article or things keep coming out that the use of bots is actually way higher than people think that it is.
I mean, this isn't like how collectible card games won't acknowledge the secondary market.
No,
Right,
no.
like,
They
They
definitely
can't acknowledge that they have bots, but everyone knows they have bots. Like, it's
they
not
do
one of those situations.
No, they do acknowledge that there's bots.
Okay.
But the extent in which they use bots, I think, is probably goes people under measure it. But anyway,
Yeah.
speaking of things that people should be paying closer attention to, I guess, or measuring better. I don't know. There's been a controversy about this. Is one of those like story in 3 parts.
Great.
So the Pokemon TCG Pocket,
The pack opening game that has a battle mode if you care.
yeah,
Nobody cares about that
Apparently,
part.
it's got a battle mode. I've never seen anybody actually do anything other than open packs. But anyway,
Because it's the fun part of the game.
In their most recent the Wisdom of Sea and Sky expansion,
That just popped out a couple days ago.
there is a
guess
new
a week or so ago.
Ho-Oh card.
Ho-Oh and Lugia are the
big one- yeah.
the big ones for those packs.
But Ho-Oh in particular has a fancy new card, which looks cool, but it then people have pointed out that it looks very, very, very similar to a piece of fan art that came out a while ago, a few years ago.
This is specifically the immersive Ho-Oh artwork.
Yes.
Yeah. And they're saying, oh, look at that. It looks an awful lot like the pose.
It looks like it was, the pose was traced or something from it.
Yeah. And you can make arguments. It's like,
Yes. To be clear, this is not an AI thing.
No.
This is a real artist made this art, but they're concerned that it's plagiarized.
And you can always make a case that it's like, oh, well, if you have a character defined, like this is what Bugs Bunny looks like, right? Or this is, that kind of thing. You've defined what a character looks like, and it's like, well, if I draw the character in this pose, and it looks exactly like how you would see Bugs Bunny standing in this pose, and that's a piece of fan art that somebody did, and then they end up making an official artwork or whatever where Bugs Bunny's in that pose, and it's like, oh, well, naturally that's what Bugs Bunny would look like in that pose because it looks like the real thing. It's like, yeah, but somebody already drew that. Somebody drew that a while ago, and you basically just traced the same pose and everything else. It's like, right, because what they're saying here is the perspective, like where the camera is, like your viewpoint of it, it looks like this. The feather size is the same.
Well,
like,
it's
all
the
these
same
things are
thing,
the
but
same.
it's like flipped or something.
Yeah, and it's just like, wow, this is actually all real. This is essentially traced from this. And there
is more to this story.
Yeah,
So-
what is the fallout from this?
Okay, yeah. So like I said, this is kind of a story in 3 parts.
Yeah.
So that happens earlier in the week.
Oh no.
Yeah, they pull the artwork
So
from
then,
the cards.
Then after a little while, a official message comes out. It was in Japanese, but the translation is basically please stop harassing the artist that did this, because the artist is like on the thing.
Yeah.
It is so
The artist of the card,
Of the
not of the
card.
original artwork,
Yeah.
obviously. Yeah.
They're saying this is not the artist's fault. This is what they're saying. Basically, apparently, what happened is this art was sent to the artist as concept art, being like, we want, and unlike usual, apparently they went, we want something exactly like this.
Yes. This is your reference material. Make this.
But the people commissioning the art apparently didn't know that it wasn't actually official material. It was a fan thing.
Right.
And also and neither did the artist doing it. And also apparently the people requesting the art of the artist didn't want like they wanted it very, they wanted it very precise to this exact pose.
Yes.
So basically so they're saying, please stop harassing the original artist. They just did what they were asked to do.
Yeah.
They didn't know that it was a plagiarized thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I will say the reason I believe what they're saying here is because I've seen so many companies that when they get caught with an art thing, usually they throw someone under the bus,
Yes.
specifically probably the artist.
Yeah. Pokemon's taking the position that they're like, we messed up.
Yeah.
Like, the process of doing this is our fault, and in the process of making this card art, this is what happened. This is the paper trail here. So this is our mess up. We apologize. Like,
Now,
we're gonna
what
fix this.
should have actually occurred is if whoever sourced this work to be like, this is exactly what we want, they should have gone to the fan artist and paid them for the artwork to put in the game, as opposed to what they did instead.
I mean, it would be very cool to be able to say to the fan artist too, it's like, we like this work, we want to use something in this design, in this pose, but we need it to look like this style of work. It needs to match this thing. Are you willing to do this? And if they're like, yes, then great. They get to make an official Pokemon card. How cool is that? If they're like, oh, I don't know how to do it in that style or deliver it in that method or whatever, it's like, can we pay you for your reference art so that we can give it to an artist who can turn it into the thing that we want? They could have done that as well.
Yeah.
So
they could have done so many things.
Yeah.
So they say, all responsibility lies with the client. Usually for illustrations, most illustrations are created with a strong emphasis on the illustrator's creativity and individuality. But for some illustrations, the illustrator may be asked to simply copy the concept sketches created by the card production team. In this case, the latter type of request was made, and the situation arose because the card production team provided incorrect concept sketches, and the illustrator faithfully produced the illustration in accordance with the client's request. Therefore, we ask that you strictly refrain from criticizing or slandering the illustrator in question. I mean, this is when I say this as like in 3 acts.
Yeah.
This is a bad thing happened, or a thing happened.
Yeah.
A big company released a thing.
Yeah.
Everybody in the internet dogpiles on the artist as opposed to the
company.
I mean, the company probably gets
They probably
hit as
got
well,
some.
Yeah.
but the fact that the artist is the one who sort of gets hammered on this is frustrating.
Yep.
And then, the end result is they have gone through and replaced the art with a different piece of art. They have re-released it with this different Ho-Oh art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they think they had to update the Lugia card as well.
Because Ho-Oh was in the background?
Well, because so there's some special cards in this game that when you get them, the borders go away and it zooms in and there's like a whole bunch of scenery of stuff, and usually you'll see other Pokemon.
Oh, I see.
And my understanding is that the Ho-Oh was also in the background of the Lugia card in the same pose.
I see.
But I haven't gotten either of these cards.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm still working on like a couple sets back.
Yeah. So basically, it's that information was left out while trying to communicate it from one group to another. That if the card production, because I mean, it could be even just as likely that the person on the card production team who's producing the concept art to go off
for a while, the card art did look like this.
New art coming soon.
Yeah. Which,
it would be great if it had new art coming soon.
It's too far away, but
Yeah.
It would be great if the new art coming soon had like a cool like swooping animation.
that would be sweet.
The letters come out. Yeah.
It's kind of it's weirdly one of those things. I don't know if Pokemon's ever like really referenced the glitch Pokemon from the original game, which is like a thing that you could make happen if you did things you maybe weren't supposed to. I can't quite remember. But I'm like, it is kind of one of those things where I kind of want them to put out a promo card that says new art coming soon or something. Missing number, thank you.
Missing number, yeah.
And
good
like,
old missing
I don't
number.
know, kind of that,
And
there's
just,
something that
and
feels
just like
like
a static,
when-
like an image of just like...
Yeah, it's just
static.
something that like just kind of feels like when a company makes a mistake, especially like a fairly honest one, it's kind of fun when they still like commemorate that.
Do the the Mortal Kombat thing where they integrate mistakes into future versions of the game. By the way, the artist who did the original traced version has done this new version as well. Same artist, which is kind of nice. Yeah, it's too
Like I
bad that
said, they didn't throw the artist under the bus, and I've seen lots of stories of like, oh, we got caught taking art from this other thing. Oh well, that was this person's fault, and we've dealt with them, and we didn't we did nothing wrong.
Yeah. So I appreciate that. It seems like it would have been nice if maybe they could have just like paid the original fan artist for the thing, but maybe that doesn't make sense for.
I mean, if you're doing that now too, that's saying like, we want to make this right. We want to pay the person who did the thing. It's like, well, you only wanted to do that because you got caught.
Yeah.
That's the position that people will take online. It's just be like,
you can't
oh,
make everyone happy.
Right, but it's the thing is like, oh, this happened and we don't like this and we've explained what's happened and so we're going to actually produce art the way that we want to have it produced, and we're not going to. It would definitely be cool to see the fan art. I mean, the fan art is probably getting a lot of recognition now too because it's like it's in the video game news. So.
I know Contingent Cat says that a company being able to poke fun at themselves is so rare, and I really think a company with the name Pokeamon should be able to poke more fun at themselves than normal.
It's true. They should be good at poking.
Yeah.
Here's some positive union type news.
Awesome.
Oh, cool.
This is a story that we have sort of covered originally and then kind of dipped into every once in a while because it's unfortunately these things tend to be a ongoing thing. But Raven Q&A, who were one of the very first, if not the first, video game Q&A department or organization that unionized.
Yeah.
They got a big thing for that. If you remember, that was a while ago. In fact, 3 years ago. I believe we covered it for ChillPoint, or at least on ChillPoint.
Probably.
And you'd be like, wait, they unionized. So that was done, right? So no.
Yeah, no, usually just because you make a union doesn't make everything better.
The point is the union, now you have the union that allows you to then do the bargaining part.
Yeah.
The union is the first step.
Yeah, then comes the real fighting.
And so after 3 years, they have actually come into an agreement. And this has not been smooth sailing. The 3 years involved also like at certain points they were trying to bring the Federal Trade Commission in because the Activision Blizzard wasn't responding to them, so they had to start kind of take quite a hard line on it and stuff. But they have actually gotten an agreement now.
Good.
After years of negotiating, they have ratified a contract, which gives 10% wage increase over 2 years, additional raises through merit and promotion, eliminating crunch the need for 7 days notice for mandatory overtime, expanding disability accommodations, layoff protections, including severance, career transition services, generous COBRA subsidies, which I didn't know was a big issue, but clearly people want to be able to subsidize their snakes.
Yep.
Which,
Oh,
you know,
okay. That's
if
not really where my brain went, but yeah, that makes more sense, I guess.
If that's what's important for the union, how am I to argue?
This is a QA union, right?
Yes.
Is a snake a popular pet amongst people who do QA?
I don't know. Cobra, in this case, being COBRA, all caps. I'm assuming that means something in the
Cobra is not snakes.
In the American.
No, it's a paramilitary organization that's staying to take over the world.
I thought that was Cobra
Insurance
Kai.
after leaving the job. Oh, okay. I mean,
That makes more sense.
What about their?
Paul, why would you tell me
What
that
about
they all had pet snakes?
I mean, what about their generous? What about Cobra subsidies for their actual snakes?
I know, right?
I don't know. Maybe they have those too. Maybe that's not made the paragraph.
Yeah. Continuation of health coverage. Less fun, but actually more practical.
Mm-hmm.
Probably more important too.
Yeah. Especially if you've got a snake, you want to make sure your health coverage is especially if it's a cobra.
Yeah.
I don't know if you told me that in the story that somehow we found out that everybody part of this union also has like a snake as a pet.
They're issued a snake as part of the-
I just kind of want to know a little bit more about that.
So this is a celebration.
Yes.
This article is basically just a celebration. It's being like, we did it, and the union's happy, and the larger union that they're a part of is happy, and like everyone's like, oh shit, it took us 3 years, but we finally got there, and it's still just the Raven QA union. Like it's
Which
still
is-
just
it's still
business
like,
unit.
You know, I think it's less than 100 people.
Yeah.
But still.
Well, it's still good for them. You know
Yeah.
how many projects go on for 3 years, and it feels really good when you can get that off your plate.
Yeah. And I think actually a really important, this is a quote from the one of the bargaining team committee members saying, we fought hard for raises and job structure that will finally make QA a sustainable career path. We were able to negotiate limitations on mandatory crunch, ratifying this contract as a win for all game workers everywhere who are ready to take the step towards a better future. And I think that like making QA a sustainable career path, this idea that something like QA is not like a disposable, you bring in a bunch of young people, burn them out,
Yeah.
and then they go on and do something else.
Which is
actually making it a sustainable career path where people can get really good at the job. So you'll get good QA, which is really important.
The most I've
Yeah.
ever been exposed to QA is through Mythic Quest Raven's Banquet, through the Apple TV show.
Yeah, and that looked like awful.
Yeah, because
Raven, wait a minute.
they put Ashley Birch and her co-star, the two of them, they put them into a small room. That's
Just the two of them.
Just the two of them on a couch in very dark room that had like a little window that kind of looked out into
People
where
could
other
come
people-
and look in on
yeah,
them
but
or
it's
something.
like they had this like it's a weird little space they put them inside, but they had like a couch and they both had computers and they were both like playing the game, and it was just kind of like, yeah, it looks the storyline for those characters essentially is at least for I forget who the other I forget their names. So for one of them was, I actually want to see if I can make a video game. And then they do an episode where, hey, I have this idea to make a video game, and it all gets like weirdly corrupted, and the whole process of making a video game fucks up her whole idea because she wants to do something that is like very
she wants
like,
to do something new and fun, and they want something
like, well, what if you did that, but then what if you changed it a little
Yeah.
bit like this, and then you changed it a little bit, and you dropped the messaging, and you did this other thing, and you do this other stuff, and the next thing you know, it's like, I've made a match 3 game. This is not at all what I wanted to do.
Right.
But then ultimately, she was like, I decided that I do want to make video games now, and I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
But it was like this thing of like, is that really then why people join QA? Is it because they're like, I need any foothold into a company, and so that I can potentially apply for the internal positions?
I think it is sometimes seen as a foothold kind
Yeah.
of position,
it
but
gets you in the door in the industry. Maybe I'm not really sure.
I think there is a perception anyway that there is a certain disposability to it.
Yeah.
And this is hopefully a illustration that it doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah,
We'll point out
absolutely.
that when the two of them stopped doing QA because they started doing other things in the series, that they did just replace them with 2 other people. Like that QA team was literally only 2 people
Yeah.
for a huge
MMO.
MMO that, like, even if it wasn't doing very well, probably should have had a bigger QA team.
Yeah. It's
Their team needed some QA.
definitely very like we're gonna hand wave how QA actually works. It's like, yeah, there should have been a lot more people who were doing. But then what you have is we need a room that looks like an old secretary's typing pool that just has like 50 people, like it just or it just expands into the distance and it's like there's 400 people here playing this game so they can find all the bugs and it's like holy shit. So yeah.
You know what I said about the Pokemon TCG art thing was a plagiarism thing, not an AI issue.
Right. You also said that was a story in 3 parts, and I think we only did 2.
No, the third part was that it's been replaced.
Yeah, the art
Oh,
comes
okay.
out, there was a conflict, they replaced the art.
Or I think I was looking for Chekhov's gun,
Oh, I see.
and I just didn't see it.
Then they shot the Oho.
So
Maybe.
that is not the case.
No.
For the AI not being involved isn't the case for this League of Legends trailer that Riot released and then got so much backlash that they took down.
Great.
Who do they blame?
But it's been preserved on the internet because people like to keep these things.
You should.
I hope I don't have to cut this out.
Maybe I won't play. Well, so this is
I'm just
this is the
saying,
person
you know.
who reposted this.
Good for them.
The internet is forever. It is and it isn't. But
Yeah,
good point
I'm
taken.
going to pretend that I don't know it's AI and just see what happens here. All right, so it's K-pop
Oh,
Demon Hunters.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not though. It's League of Legends, but they're trying to do a
that's
K-pop Demon
thin-
Hunters thing.
thin- yeah, no, they're trying to do a K-pop Demon Hunters thing because it's popular right now.
You can tell one of the AI giveaways is that they use very short clips.
Fuck. Oh, ugh, ugh. Oh God.
You mean the 3rd anniversary written out thing being completely wrong is not?
Yeah, that's another giveaway, and the mouth movements.
Why are they
And,
trying to do a character from Arcane?
Well, because it's League of Legends.
Oh
right?
yeah, I guess
That's
that makes
that's-
point. Yes,
Yeah.
you're right.
It's the other way around. Yeah, and like
You're right.
different
That is their character.
different things have different art styles and then they're doing a K-pop Demon Hunters thing where people are singing
Oh, I didn't like that.
and it's like yeah,
Yeah, it's funny.
I'm keeping the volume kind of low
It's
here.
funny
but-
because like watching this.
Yeah, that's the thing. Riot has an existing awesome
Yeah,
K-pop group.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
And
do.
they've made really great videos with them.
I think the reason I really hate it, I mean, other than some of the AI things that you're kind of picking up, is the lack of cohesion between any of the group.
Right, yeah.
Like these, like, part of the fun of like idol groups and K-pop and stuff is that they have a more cohesive look as well. And this just looks like we took a bunch of randos and I do not like those people's faces.
Does this I was wondering like is this taking advantage of the fact that a lot of the AI stuff that they're using was probably trained on
Jesus.
like League of Legends fan art is probably not insignificant part of the corpus of the there's a particular move right here that I noticed in terms of the AI-ness. Where is it? 3.
They're
There.
not-
Sorry.
Wait,
I
what?
love.
I feel like, yeah.
You see that shot? Like I love this. Okay, so she's holding it in her left hand,
Yeah.
Right.
kind of weirdly.
But it's fast, so you're not really
Yeah.
going to see it.
for one thing, her other hand kind of turns into a blob, and so does her arm.
I mean, that could just be the smearing of the frame, but she kind of just
So like one of her hands kind of disappears, and then it slides over into the other hand.
Yeah, somehow she kind of like flops it into the other.
I mean, I know that there are animation cheats and stuff that can happen when it comes to like specific characters.
Yeah,
things in frames, but that's
like
really,
there's smear frames, then there's just like weird
that's
things
really
happening.
Weird.
Also,
but like at the beginning of the video, there's a thing on the wall that says like what looks like supposed to say like 3rd anniversary.
Yeah,
and
it's missing an N.
But look at the word third.
Yeah,
like.
Anyway,
I just thought because of the glow that it was like, oh, the glow's making it look off. It's very, God, it's very. Also, the song sucks ass. But anyway,
well, yeah,
yeah,
because it doesn't mean anything or say anything. But
people in the comments are like, "It's a small indie company, guys. Give them a break."
If I didn't know, if I didn't know it was AI off the bat, I would have just been like, oh, this is like some low tier shit that they were trying to put together and get out the door, as opposed to we spent a lot of time on this and spent a lot of money on this.
yeah. I assumed that again that they saw that K-pop Demon Hunters was doing really well and was like, we have to do something like that like now,
tie in so that we can make
and
it
we
feel
don't have
like
like the proper time.
Yeah,
or
despite the fact that
whatever.
we have KDA and we could have actually done something that could have been like a really cool concert thing.
And they've even done that before.
Yeah. But it's weird because like then when you know that it was produced by AI, it's like, oh yeah, it makes sense as to why all the characters look completely different, have a completely different art style. It's not because they were all drawn at different times. Like that LOL comes out with all these different characters over the course of multiple years, and so they all have different art styles. It's like no, they literally just don't fit together.
When we make last minute plans because we're like, oh shit, we've actually done a thing for 300 episodes or something. You can tell, but it's authentic.
God, it just really. Oh my God! It just really. Oh.
I just don't like the way it looks. It's not good.
And then, final story, fun story.
Oh, good. I like a fun story.
Evo was just this last week. Weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Week? I don't know when. Just recently.
Evo happened at some point.
Which is a big fighting game tournament, the biggest fighting tournament. And people, there was a particular, last weekend, okay. There's a particular thing, people noticed, Fatal Fury battle between two longtime pro players, Go1 versus Koji, K-O-G.
Okay.
Koji Kog, I don't know how you pronounce it.
Let's just say Koji Kog.
Anyway.
Yeah.
People were quite surprised at this, so, you know, they fought well, fought hard. Koji KOG lost.
Okay.
And here's was his. You can. Here's his reaction
To winning or losing?
to losing.
Okay. Honestly, I see people react the same way on like a lot of ways, and that's really cute, actually.
Like, what do you want me to do, man? What do you want me to do?
People are like, so like people were like, is he okay? Is he having some sort of fit? Like what's?
I mean, if you're gonna crash out, I mean, you might as well just.
No, I like the
Ham
other
it.
person. I like the whole like
Like you're going that far, and I'm like, clearly you're dealing with a lot of emotions. So you're like, if I just overact this, I get to have all the time I want to really feel my way through it. Like, so ham it so hard, you know that.
Yeah.
Well, he says at this point he might be doing a bit. It's like clearly at a
I
point
think-
he was
I
doing
think
a bit because
I
he's
think
trying
there's
to
a
deal
point,
with having
but
lost, and it's
yeah.
like, that's fine, you know, like.
we
you
all
know.
have our way of like working through our emotions.
And also, if you're like that good and you're playing at that level, I'm sure too that it's like you have won and lost so many tournaments.
there's no way that during that entire match you're not like stressing out as you're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's going to be like a buildup of a lot.
So the fun part though is, this is a match from 2015, so 10 years ago. The same two players.
Koji Kog versus Go1, yeah.
The same two players.
Umehara. Oh, there he is, doing it again. And Gio in the front.
He loses. So maybe this has become like an in-joke between the two of them. I don't
think
know.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing.
Anyway,
That's a guy taking the loss pretty hard and then like just being like, ah, shit, and
yeah, he's known. So anyway,
that's really good.
So it was that thing where people watching who maybe hadn't been watching for a long time were like, "Holy crap, is that guy okay?"
Yeah.
And then people who had more context were like, "Look this, look."
He's doing it again. Yeah, that's really funny. That's
just it is his way.
Yeah.
But what I like is the other guy looked like maybe he didn't remember that was what he does. At least for a second, was like, oh, is he okay? That's his thing.
I feel like what happened there is Gio once like, but I actually don't have anything to do in this meme. Like I don't know what I'm supposed to do in this meme.
If we did this as an improv scene,
yeah,
and you had a person, because there's giving offers and steamrolling and all kinds of things that you can do in improv that you shouldn't do or you should do or whatever. And even like putting out your hand can be an offer, right? An offer doesn't have to be a verbal thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you have a person on stage who's reacting that much but just going over the top, you are kind of steamrolling the other person out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I agree with Beach. It's like, it could be just a thing of like, I don't know what to do now,
Yeah.
but
So
I'm also on camera and
just
I'm
gonna
here.
do this. Be like, oh, I won. Okay, I'll do this for a bit. He's still fucking going. I got to be done doing this at some point. Okay, you know what? We're done. Goichi. That makes sense.
That makes
yeah.
more sense. Yeah.
But
Goichi being the KOG's opponent there. Yeah.
This also reminds me of there's a couple weeks ago we did one where it was a different tournament, but a guy who did all his played all his games with his extremely cute dog in a special backpack that he had like on his back, and people were going like, "Hey, is it fair that he has a coach with him the whole time?"
Licking his
Yes,
ears.
backpack dog showed up in the coverage of Evo. Yay, backpack dog. I don't know what his name was. He is guy with backpack
Dog. That sounds.
I'm sorry, guy.
Honestly, Backpack Dog sounds like the name of an indie video game title, and if you haven't already, somebody should make that. Backpack Dog.
Anyway, that's all the news stories that I had marked for this week that I thought were fun. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. If you haven't seen the episode of ChillPoint that we were talking about, it is up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/LRRVG. And if you're watching this on YouTube, it is on the same channel.
Same channel. You could go subscribe to that channel.
Yeah, that way you won't
If
miss
you like.
it. Or you can become a member if you want to support us there, and you will get your name in the credits after the episode ChillPoint. But for now, I want to say thanks, everybody, and we will talk to all y'all later.